believe it is raining out. It's supposed to rain all the rest of the day, all the live long day. Just not a lot because I have the windows open. This is the first time I've had the windows open in, I don't know, feels like 10 years. 73 degrees out, gorgeous breeze coming in. You might hear a flapping noise. That is the pinwheel thing. My wife has a bunch of them out in the front yard. There's one right in front of my window, which I didn't realize makes that much noise because I haven't had the window open in forever. I gotta get this chapter done. I'm almost there. Hopefully, we'll get some steady but not heavy rain. I can leave the windows open, a nice breeze, and it'll knock the temperature down a bit. That would be nice. Because it was 72 this morning when I got up. I'm like, oh, the high is 80. You know what? I'm going to open some windows until it gets too warm. Put some fans on me. Cats love it in the windows. almost done with this chapter. All right, all right. So I've gotten the chapter done. This thing is on. What's up, Mr. Martin? What are you doing today? Yeah, I do Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I've been coming over here on odd days, off days. And I like it here. Even though you can't do all the Twitch bells and whistles stuff, but I still enjoy being over here. Get some writing in. Actually, I can get anything in because you can't see what I'm doing. I could be watching crazy midget porn right now. You'd have no idea. But I'm not watching that. I only watch that at night. But it's good because it allows me to check my emails real quick, see if anything's going on. Anybody needs my attention. Also just garbage. First day I'm able to open all the windows, which is nice. And then now it just started raining, so I might get closed soon enough. Ooh. Do a little bit of writing on this one over here as well. When's the baseball games on today? I gotta look at that. I'm doing yard work, procrastinating it. Yard work does not sound like fun. I'm gonna tell you when yard work gets done around here, when we pay somebody to do yard work. Every Tuesday, these two guys come and cut the grass. And then I complain that they're making noise, even though I'm not out there doing it. The other guy comes and sprays the lawn. And I complain that he keeps knocking at the door to let me know he's spraying the lawn. I know you're spraying the damn lawn. I can see the truck. I can see you out there. Then the other guy comes to spray for bugs. And then he does the same thing. He knocks at the door. I'm like, stop knocking at the door, everybody. Especially when the freaking dog is home. She goes nuts. Nuts, I say. What's the weather like that up there? 73 here, and it's a light rain. This might be the best it's ever going to get down here, so I'm taking advantage today. Opening some windows. The wind just completely died. It's going to make it even hotter in here. $62 here saying that is nice. 62 is I kill you for 62. I choke you with my bare hands for 62. There's a little breeze. I like it now. It's overcast. It's been overcast all morning, which is great. I just need the sun to not come out today. Maybe the sun will come out tomorrow. Please, Kathy's dad was here a few weeks ago and was freezing. It's because his blood is thin. Yep, Florida people, exactly. Like I know when I came back up there, the last couple of times, I was like, "This is not that." Especially when we did it like in the winter time, I was like, "I am freezing." Remember back in the day, we would go to Middletown movie theater. I'd just have a T-shirt on. You would always be like, "You got to be freezing." I'm like, "I'm Italian." But I would really be freezing my ass off. But I mean, that was like, it was like crazy. Yeah, Georgia R and Company. Frank Edler in the house. Now I would imagine 62 would be. I would be like, oh, I gotta put my long pants on. I gotta get some sweatpants on. This is freezing. There's a mailman giving us junk as usual. Thank you for the junky blue envelope. When I talked to that guy at Nink from England, he told me that they were getting rid of the postal service unless it was worth like $800 or more. So there would be no more junk mail crap like that. I'm installing a circulation pump. Talk amongst yourselves. You know what? Sometimes the pumps have to circulate. You know, I was like when Frank actually has to work at his job. That's crazy. Hmm. I made a tuna helper. It's a hamburger helper. Tuna helper for lunch today. I ate too much. Last time my wife made cheesy, I don't know what the hell it was. Cheesy pasta with a bunch of meat on it, and I ate too much. Monday, I weighed myself, and I'm like, I gotta lose a pound and a half every week. I need to walk. I need to eat better. So far, it's Thursday, and I probably gained 2 pounds. But I'll get there. I'll get there. So I just finished a chapter. Let Tom know. Now I'm going to see if I can write another chapter here on something else. Ugh. Is there a way to do the live chat on the TV? I have you on the computer and the TV. I would imagine because it's just YouTube. If you have YouTube on your television, right? I don't know if you really want me on the television though. This giant head. This would look amazing on my television though. 86-inch television. The head would be this big. I would imagine I'm just on YouTube. So I would imagine if you just put YouTube on your TV, you would have it. I read a really good book, George, about the Long Branch Mafia. Not too long ago. It was interesting because it talked about a lot of the places that we went to. I guess they tore down the Brighton bar to make room for condos, like everything else. I'm talking about the windmill, Max's, the pier, haunted house fire, all of it, and a lot of mob stuff. All that good stuff there. Yeah, the windmill's still there. Last time we were there, the Max's was Obviously, no longer on the pier. I don't even know if the pier is still there. But Max's was all foo-foo. I'm like, I just want a hot dog. Why have all this fancy crap? Like, that's not good. Like, windmills in several locations, but, the original, you can't beat it. Yeah, most is gone. I guess like anything else, right? Like anything else. I can see the chat on the TV, but can't seem to actually type there. Yeah, I wonder how that would work. Speaking to your remote? I don't know. It's weird. Wonder if you're the first person to ever watch me on the television. I probably won't be on for long, much longer. I've got other stuff I have to do, but I wanted to definitely make sure I hit that chapter. That's funny. George watching me on the television. That is insane. Technology. Technologically speaking. At 3 o'clock, I guess baseball will be. Watch the game. Just gotta get some stuff done beforehand. I watch you on TV. That was a bit too much, Mondo. Yeah, I can imagine. I'm sure your wife got all excited though. She's like, "Ooh, can you record this for me for later?" I pretty much only watch YouTube. The only thing on network TV worth watching on network TV is sports. Yeah, and most of those are on pay services now. I never watch. I don't even think to watch YouTube on the television. Like my TV is set up for all kinds of crazy apps and all kinds of shit. And I don't. I just go right to cable. When is that Jeremy Renner show come back? This month at some point. Let's look that up. The fourth of five seasons. Sunday, October 26th. Season 4. They said there's going to be 5 seasons of it. That's exactly what she didn't say. Yeah, say to you. She didn't say that to you because she knew you'd be upset if you found out she was still in love with me. I get it, Frank. I get it. Oh crap! Does that come on Paramount? I just canceled it. would you? How would you cancel it for? Oh, it's on Paramount Plus. Yeah, you damn fool. There's something else I wanted to watch. Everybody could tell me to watch, but then it's on like HBO or something. I don't remember. There's also something on Hulu that we were going to watch, but then I'm like, I don't want to. We don't want to pay for Hulu anymore because I don't like it. But then my daughter's like, just use my account, and I'm like, just too much work. I'll wait until the season is over, then sign up for a month to binge it. I cancel because I don't watch anything on it. Yeah, we have it. I think we have it only because we have somebody else's that we watch it on, and I never watch anything on Paramount Plus except for that show. So good. Every time I'm on here, when you have I'm on YouTube Live and you're watching me on the television, and I know you're here, Georgia. I'm going to give you the spoilers for every week, ruin it for you. Peacemaker. I do not want to watch Peacemaker. That is not something I want to watch. Several reasons. Just doesn't look good. I know you said it's good, and I respect your opinion. I am not a DC Comics person at all. I find the character stupid. I don't have HBO Max, and I'm really enough with John Cena already. Enough. I don't even know if John's even on my shirt. Can't even tell. See my WWE shirt my wife bought shirt because it's in fat size. I watched the new Superman. Greatly disappointed. Yeah, I haven't watched. I think Christopher Reeves was the last Superman I ever watched. I haven't watched Batman. I haven't watched any of the Batman since Michael Keaton. The first season of Peacemaker was good. Not sure about season 2. The show is very self-aware that the main character is stupid. You calling John Cena stupid? I don't know. That's one of those shows that maybe at some point in my life I'll be like, you know what? Let me just watch this damn thing. We were talking last night. There's a couple of shows that are coming up. We were talking about, like, Mayor of Kingstown, and something else is, Tracker. My wife loves Tracker. I only watch it because she likes it and because Jeffrey Deaver wrote the books. But she's like, I need to be like that old lady and have like a notebook on the end table to write all my shows and when the dates are. And I was like, you know what? That might not be a bad idea. Christopher Reeves is the only good Superman. Exactly. I mean, Superman who couldn't really ride a horse. Too soon. Way too soon. There's something else that I'm like all excited about. Now I can't even think of what the hell it is that's coming back. I had the exact same attitude you did before I watched the first episode. You're a stronger man than I am, Frank Edler. I am anyway, but I'm like, I don't want to start a new show. We've recorded the first 3 episodes of Lowdown with Ethan Hawke, but we have not watched it yet because my wife's thing is, because she's home every other night, basically. And last night she was like, I don't want to start because it's like already like 9 o'clock by the time we made dinner, because I had a webinar about short stories for sisters in crime or thriller writers, or I don't know, anyway. And I watched that, and then we made dinner and ate, and she's like, we'll only be able to watch like maybe 2 episodes before you get tired and you go to bed. And I was like, you know what, you're right, we'll wait for a good Saturday, and we'll just binge watch like half the season. So at this point, that's kind of what we're looking for. I like how Frank, you're the number 2 top fan. I think no matter what, they automatically. I think if you were the only one on, they'd be like number 2. Let's not make Frank Edler the number one fan on this. That doesn't make any sense. No one will believe that. But I wrote a bunch. I did a ton of other things. I got to put up the. I had to do formatting for. I guess technically I could do right now because you can't even see me doing anything. I got to format the Down and Dirty book. So let me do. Come on. I left the house yesterday. Went got an oil change. 2 hours of that. But it's a 20-minute drive there and a 20-minute drive back. So I had the Metallica channel on, and I just leave it on. And then at the end, I'm like, well, I really didn't hear one song that I actually really enjoyed. It was all just new crap. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Exactly. Have you read the White Python World Tour? No, I don't know what that is. Ergo, I've not read it. My free Metallica thing ended Monday. Do you pay for the satellite radio, or do you just listen to the free stuff? Well, then if it ended for you, then you missed the 5,000th Shadows Follow and Unforgiven and Hero of the Day, because that's basically all they play. I'm like, I was 2 hours ago, I think I heard these same songs in the same order. Like they mixed in a live one. They throw in live shows, but so far they've been anything from like the last 10, 15 years. And I'm like, yeah, I don't like, because they play all this crappy new Metallica mixed in there. I don't care. It's kind of a comedy about an 80s hair band that is promoted by the CIA to try to influence youth in other countries. Never even heard of it. Right, so they stopped paying for XM back in like 06. So what my wife does is, we get the like $2 a month or whatever it is, and like the promo, and then at 6 months, then like the day before she'll call and she'll go, yeah, I'm going to cancel this because I just got a thing for like, $19.99 or whatever the hell it is. And they're like, well, maybe we can do better. We can do like $9. And she's like, no, I've been doing $2 a month, or I just cancel and I'll just I'll just listen to Spotify. See what I can do. So she did it. But now we have it in both cars. So when we got the Challenger, it came with like the free 60 days. And then she immediately called and was like, "Yeah, after the 60 days, I'm going to pay $2, or I'm canceling. I'm just going to listen to Spotify in my car through my phone." And they're like, "No, no, don't do that." So now it's like, I think it's like $350 or something. She combined the two, something ridiculous like that. I'm like, you know what? It's worth like 10 cents a day to listen. She listens every day on her way to work and back, that awful country music. And then it's great for the long trips. Like when we just went to New Orleans, it was nice to actually have music to listen to. Once streaming came into vogue, satellite radio became obsolete in my mind. I still like it though, because then you just put it on and you're just mindless. And, like we're times she's like, "Let's listen to something else," and it's just like, you know, put on Spotify. And I'm like, I don't want to put on Spotify. I don't want to do all this. The guy who sold me my car told me to tell them I want lifetime for $99, and if you don't cave, they will give it to you. But that's like 4 years. We went way over that. I just don't think it's worth it any longer. I paid for it for Opie and Anthony, and to a lesser degree Stern. Yeah, I didn't. Don't want to miss out on the new Keith Roth stories. You mean the Keith Roth stories about Keith Roth? He told the story when we were headed to New Orleans. He told the story, then he was not in the story, and Shelley immediately went, "Wait a minute, he didn't put himself into that story." I'm like, isn't that weird? It might be the first time he's ever accidentally not made the story about him. Just really odd. Keith, crazy bastard. So I noticed lately, I don't know if this is why this is a thing, but when I block out a block of things on a WordPress document, it turns it all black the last like week, and it never done that for me before. Maybe that does it for everybody, not done it for me. George Martin has time to chat on here, but no time to finish the last Game of Thrones book, and that's why he's on here, because he's just like, I could finish this book. I mean, I'm like 5 pages from the end, but you know what? Nah. I really feel like Mr. RR has the book finished, and he probably gave all the notes, and then they did that last season based on those notes, and it was exactly what he wrote, and everybody shit on it. He's like, now I got to rewrite this whole fucking thing. La da dee, la dee da. I'll get you as my yard work. You are never getting that yard work done. Let's be honest. I need an Earl change too. You should probably do that. Don't go to the place I go to. 2 fucking hours. Like, you're changing oil. You're not rebuilding an engine. I can rebuild an engine in 45 minutes. I have no idea how to rebuild an engine. I'm going to tell you the worst part. Here's the worst part about sitting in that place for 2 hours and listening to the Karen ladies screaming and yelling out. They had that Jim Belushi show on. with Thornton Corn Smith, whatever the fuck her name is. A Jim Belushi sitcom. And it was like fucking 2 straight hours of this shit. How come people in the South pronounce oil as oil? They also say, so my wife says, if I say, oh, look, they have boiled peanuts. She says bold. Like, not bold, bold peanuts. So I watched Jim Belushi show yesterday, and he lost his truck arm wrestling at the bar. So then, of course, his wife, Courtney Thorne Smith, I think that's her name, she had to go down there, and then the guy was a hustler, but she hustled him in pool because she's a great pool player. Nobody knew that, and she won the truck back. I'm like, this is the stupidest fucking show ever. This is like every sitcom cliche ever. Everybody in it is like an awful, awful person. Just an awful person. Sounds like a cheap version of King of Queens. I like King of Queens. Although there's some pretty typical things they do in that. This is like all 4 episodes I watched. If this is what it's like, it's literally like those are the things. The 2 little daughters, for no reason, they come in and they're doing like this twerking thing before it was called twerking, and then Jim has to sit them down and, honey, you can't do that. Like, really? The girls are like 8 and 10 or something, and you're getting mad at them because they're shaking their ass. Calm down. The Jim Belushi Show, there's a channel that still plays it. Yeah, not only do they play it, at least 4 or 5 episodes in a row. That girl ruined a lot of my underpants back in the day. Courtney Thorne Smith. Hopefully not the 8 and 10-year-old daughters. I was never really all that attracted to her. She's too skinny. I mean, hey, I want to kick her out of bed, but just saying. So I'm going to finish formatting this book, which I hate doing. I am not a fan of formatting a book. That's why I write books with Tom. I write books with Tom only so he can do all the formatting. Literally, there's no other reason to write books with Tom. That's the Melrose Place woman, right? Yeah. And I love me some Melrose Place back in the day. I think me and you were living together, George, and I was watching Melrose Place. Maybe not openly, but I was watching it. Never really a 90210 fan, though. I watched some of it, but it just was not really my thing. George knows who I had a poster of on my wall, though. In my room, we lived together. Fucking Richard Grieco. 21 Jump Street. And then he had his own show. Forget the name of it. People would come in. We'd have parties. People would come in. They'd be like, what? Whose room is this? The walls were pink and gray. And there was a Richard Grieco poster on the wall. I'm like, yeah, this is my room. Never had a Samantha Fox poster. My brother did. My brother had the one where her boobies were showing. He actually went to the fast lane and saw her She actually had a concert at the Fast Lane one time, and my brother actually went and saw her, and she did not show her boobs, so it was not a good night. Why isn't his last show on at the Ocean? You know exactly. If you like put on, hey, look, we're gonna play this Richard Grieco show, which I can't remember the name of it. I would sit there all day. I'd be like, you know what? Do my car at the end of the day. I got nothing better to do right now. I'm sure right now, as we're all standing here, that stupid Jim Belushi show is on. And here's the thing: there's people that are watching it. There's people that are watching that have either watched it when it came out, or they're like, Booker, that was it. Booker, thank you. God, I love that show. Didn't last too long. Whatever happened to Richard Grieco? I drive my wife crazy whenever we talk about. Anytime anybody talks about a show that only had one season, I always talk about John Doe with Dominic Purcell. She's like, enough with this show already. I'm like, it was a great show. Love that show. One season, and then it was off the air. Richard Grieco killed 21 Drums. You take that back, Tom Duffy. Richard Grieco made that show. You don't know what you're talking about. Wow, I thought we were friends. You're lucky you're not here right now. I'll punch you, sock you in the nose. A nose sock. You don't know what you're talking about. I recently watched the Chips movie with Dax Shepard. I expected it to be terrible, but liked it. Here's my problem with Dax Shepard. I don't like him. I also don't like his wife. I find her gratingly annoying. Like she's in on a joke that is just not funny. That's because the Dax Shepard is the pinnacle of that guy. Tom, I'm going to punch both your noses. Dax Shepard. I don't even remember anything I've ever seen him in. I just know I don't like him. And I think it's a personal thing. I just personally don't think I like him. But I also don't like Ryan Reynolds. The last time I liked Ryan Reynolds was that he was in that Two Girls, a Guy, Six Midgets, and a Pizza Place show. Yeah, he's been in some good movies. I ain't gonna lie. Said he was trying to convince me to watch the Deadpool movies. I'm like, I saw the first one. Not a fan. Just not my thing. Superhero movies to me are boring. Then they're trying to get me to watch Star Wars movies. I'm like, same thing. Boring. Listen, I watched them when I was a kid. Loved them. Loved the first three. Me, George, and a couple other people went and saw that fourth one, and I was like, what do we want? You better give me my money back. Just an old man, crotchety, set in my ways. Lowdown is probably the best current show right now. We haven't seen it yet. Don't ruin it for me. I've taped the first 3 episodes. But if my wife didn't have to go to her mother's tonight for dinner, we would watch it tonight. So we'll probably end up watching all 3 tomorrow night. It sucks because every other night she's home. And when she finally leaves her mother's, it's too late to really start anything. It's like she's getting home like 10 o'clock or later. I'm ready to go to bed. I just canceled Disney Plus to no more Star Wars. No more they're not making anymore, or no more you're done with Star Wars. I don't really know what they're doing or not doing. I like being able to come on here and actually do get some writing, but also do other stuff. Finish that chapter for me and Tom. I like where we're going with this second book so far. I mean, we're not really deep into it. We're like 10% of the book is done. Rolling right along. Meaning I will miss the Star Wars content, but had to go. You just had enough of it. You're like, this ain't Star Trek. Isn't there a new friggin' Star Trek thing now too? When are you people gonna stop? But excuse me. Gotta figure out what I'm making for dinner tonight. Because I just don't know. There's a cheesesteak place that everybody's been raving about online here. And I'm like, you know what? I feel like we got to try it. Because I tried the other cheesesteak place and it was good. I feel like you got to try all the cheesesteaks. And realize you're not getting, none of them are going to be as good as, I'm not even talking like Philadelphia. I'm talking like best two cheesesteaks I've had. Believe it or not. Rick's in Williamsburg, Virginia. That's a really good one. And also, when we went to Point Pleasant, I think we went to lunch, might have been to lunch with George to some little place, and the cheesesteak was fucking delicious. Yeah, Rick's cheesesteak to Virginia only for Rick's cheesesteak, not for anything else. If you said, "Hey, you got to go," I'm gonna do like a mouthy, but instead of sitting at the bar the whole convention, I would sit at Rick's cheesesteak place. So I bought a new video game. I think I told this story, but I'm going to tell it again. George hasn't heard this story. It's fascinating. I played Minecraft in a while. So I go and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go back and play Minecraft. I go back and play Minecraft. Like, you know what? I'm going to come up. I got two farmers. You tell me the whole area here. I'm going to make it fields and we're going to grow wheat and we're going to grow potatoes and we're going to grow carrots and we're going to grow beets and all kinds of. And I set this thing up and it's like, I don't know, like 100 rows. It's huge. It's like an entire area. I put it all together and I'm like, all right, let me go and see where the two farmers are. And maybe I can lead them out here. Sometimes they will follow you around. And I can't find them. And I look everywhere and I realize, oh, all of the villagers once again are dead. All the villagers are dead. So I'm building this for nothing for myself. And I'm like, I'm getting annoyed. I'm like, there's gotta be a better game where you grow a population. So I look, do a little bit of research. This was on Tuesday. Because I was like, last day of the writing year, I'm not gonna write anything. I know I got a chapter to write for Tom. You know what? Tom takes breaks. I can take a break. Do some research, and I find Frostpunk is the game. I think there are several iterations of it now. I think it's like Frostpunk 3 just came out, or 4 just came out, or so, I don't know. But anyway, it's $29.99, 90% off. So it was $3. So I bought it. Basically, it's the end of the world, and everything's covered in ice and snow. People are dying, and they're freezing, and you got to build a generator and put tents because there's 80 homeless people you start with, and you got to have medical, and you got to mine coal and blah, 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 and you can put the children to work, but then they all start dying. And I bought a beacon. I constructed a beacon to bring more people in. I watched a couple of YouTube videos of people playing it. Some dude's got like over 13,000 people or something crazy like that. At this giant play he'd been playing for, I don't know, 4 years or some craziness. So that's what I've been playing on and off for the last couple of days. But I'm killing way more people than I'm saving. So probably just, it's a first run. I just got to get better at it, I think, is what needs to happen. Maybe I'll start playing it on Twitch or something, but I doubt it. Thought about getting a PlayStation 5, but I've been out of the scene since PlayStation 2. Me too. My son for Christmas always ends up buying me another PS2 game, and I'm always like, I don't play. If I pull it out, my whole day is going to be spent playing this. That's why I'm like, you know what? Today I cannot play this Frostpunk game because then that's all I'm going to do all day, and I got work to do. Like, do this stupid formatting, which I fucking hate. Which I hate. Anybody got any big plans this weekend? I got to do a speaking engagement at the Clay County Writers on Saturday about Pantsers versus Plotters, but not the good one that I'll be doing with Amanda. I got to do with Claudia, who originally came up with the concept. We did it once together, but I talked and just shut her out. I'm going to let her talk this time. And then I will dazzle the crowd with my lies and stories. That gets me out of the house. Maybe I'll go grab a cheesesteak. That cheesesteak place that everybody's been raving about. Oh, it's the best cheesesteak. Oh, I'm from the land of cheesesteak, and this is the best I've ever had. Oh, I was born in the back of a cheesesteak restaurant. I was born in the back room of Pat's and Gino's. And this is still the best cheesesteak I've ever had. Shut up, people. Oh. Magically, chapter 50. I mean, it was all pretty done. I do a ebook version, And then really the only thing that needs to be done for the print version is an 8-page numbers. And then I need to justify the formatting. What is the name of the cheesesteak place? Which one? The one here? Big Al's. Big friggin' Al's. Why, are you going to be here? You want me to meet you there Saturday? Drive down, we'll get a cheesesteak? I was like, why didn't you tell me George Martin was coming? I didn't think he was really coming, but he wanted a cheesesteak. You know, we can't get a good cheesesteak in New Jersey. I mean, being facetious. I wish, too, I would love to have you come down and hang out. We can go do things. I don't know what we can do. We can make pretend we're going to go out and do things. I just got to be home by like no later than 10 p.m. I'm just going to say Williamsburg cheesesteaks are better than Pay's, Pat's, or Geno's. I agree with you, Frank. I want to see if it had a name worthy. Yeah, Big Al's. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know how Big Al really is. Like if I go in there, the dude's like 400 pounds. I'm like, yes, this is the guy I want to make me a cheesesteak. Anytime you go anywhere, especially to get subs, right? You always don't want the little skinny person to make your sub because they don't know how to make a sub. They make it like, not good. You didn't put enough meat on that. You know what we were talking about the other day? At my mom's, we were talking about Submania. Talking about Naples Pizzeria and Submania. Deal that was. He's kind of big. When you're that big, they call you Mister. Yeah, fucking Submania. $1.99. You can't beat that price for a sub. That had 80 cents worth of lettuce on it. Minimum. Ooh. All right. Excuse me. Went to Naples well into my 20s, but stopped when the guy made my sub with a fresh bloody cut on his hand. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't the it wasn't the safest place. But I mean, $1.99 for a sub. George, you remember how much Saturday morning I come to your apartment. We drive down to the Marina Diner. We get 2 bagels and 2 cups of coffee. Do you remember what the price of it was? Pretty much at least probably every other Saturday, because me and George had nothing else to do. We would go. And then we'd Go to the diner. We'd have 2 bagels with cream cheese, and you don't remember? 488. 488. 2 cups of coffee and 2 bagels with cream cheese. $4.88. Then we would go back to George's place, and George would play Tomb Raider for like the next 12 hours. And I would sit there and watch him play Tomb Raider for 12 hours. He always got pretty far in it, too. That was literally our Saturdays. I wouldn't pay $3.98 for that. $4.88. Apparently, I thought George would remember that. I guess our friendship isn't as strong on his side as it is on my side. Is that Marina Diner still there? I know it changed the name. I think they changed the name. Is there actually still a diner in that spot? Anybody know? Anybody? Bueller? These pictures should be on this side. I want to move these pictures. I'll put them both on that side. I want to say you guys are nerds. Yeah, you're third. Last I went by there, it had some name on it that did not sound like a diner. Oh, that's not good. Like Vape World, something like that. So I had to move the pictures. Me, Frank, Chuck, Jay Wilburn, and then me, Chuck, Frank, Mr. Hand, some girl. Trying to get my damn picture. Cut her out. I don't know when I'm going to get back up to New Jersey. I'll go back for the food, though. We got to do another food trip. It's hard with her mother with the dementia. We don't want to go too far. Like we want to be able to drive back within several hours. And nothing probably will ever happen. That old lady's going to live another 50 years. And I'll never get an authentic diner pork roll, egg, and cheese or a Monte Cristo. Where is the picture of you and Burt Reynolds? I wish I knew. I wish I knew. God, that was a good picture. Yeah, whatever happened to that picture? The golden years. If I had that picture of me and Burt Reynolds, that would be one of my book covers when I do my short stories every November on my birthday. That'd make a great book cover. I remember visiting his ranch with you. Yeah, when we went to see my Aunt Ro, we came down to Jupiter or to Cuesta, Florida. We went to his ranch. And Lonnie Anderson was there. She was hitting on George, and George was like, "You're married to Burt Reynolds currently. I can't do that to Burt." I believe we visited his ranch, and I believe we were wearing those Zoom. What was it? Zubaz pants, Zumbaz, whatever the hell those pants were, with the colors and the stripes and stuff. I still think it's funny. There's pictures of us wearing those pants. And I'm wearing like the silver and black ones, and you're wearing like the blue and white and green ones or something. And then the next picture, we've swapped pants. I think hopefully it was a different day, and hopefully we washed them between that. That was back when you and I were almost the same size. Now I'm like twice as big as you. I think they should remake Smokey and the Bandit starring Pedro Pascal. You know what? From your mouth to God's ears. They probably would, except here's what I'm gonna tread lightly. The Smokey, they would change that to a female because they would you have to, because that's what we do these days. And it would end up that the Sally Fields character is a pansexual. She can't say bisexual anymore. That's boring. And the sheriff's, who's a woman now, her daughter is left at the altar. You're welcome. Was it a ranch just like Boogie Nights? It was literally the set of Boogie Nights we went to. Nothing's huge like those bands. God, I know. Those were in junior high when we had those fucking parachute bands. we all wore. It was like Bayshore Junior High was everybody had parachute pants. I believe there was probably at least 5 days of the school year where literally every student was wearing their parachute pants. I'd be like, oh, you know what? Friday is no parachute pants Friday. And then we all just called out sick because we're like, well, I have nothing else to wear. When are they bringing those back, right? Those are so comfortable. You just be walking down the hall, making noise with your pleather pants. I remember Ray Cordero as a king. Oh my God, Ray Cordero. Yeah, God, I hated that kid. Oh, I just could not stand that kid. His sister was very slutty back in the day. Back when she was skinny, but she had that big ass and those big boobies. And then somebody told me that then she just got big all over. Oh, that's right, with this stupid ferret. Walking around with his dumb ferret. Wonder if he still has that ferret. Do ferrets live 50 years? I bet you can find a pair right now at Goodwill. You're probably right. I bet you I would. I bet you if they came in my size, I would rock them. The ones from Beastmaster too. Good times. Good times. I wish I still had my Bon Jovi boots and jacket. Yeah, me too. Shelly always laughs whenever we talk about that. Like we went to where we go Monmouth Mall, bought those John Bon Jovi boots, stylish. One of them like ripped inside almost immediately. So anytime I had to put it on, I had to like fold it down and hold it and put my foot in it so I didn't rip through it. I was watching an episode of Soft White Underbelly last night with a chick who was a groupie. None of that makes any sense. I wish sometimes Frankie would like edit. She loves some hard years by the look of her. Looks nothing like she did back in the day. I'm sure they usually don't. Was telling stories about Metallica, Korn, Pantera, tons of stories. Sure, she was. Was she telling about the story about the time she went with George Martin at Trade Winds to see Trickster, and the two of them were the only people in the entire building on the floor that were of legal age and then were male? Tony, may she rest in peace. Stephen Piercy. I didn't think his junk smelled all that bad. I mean, that's just me. Allison Rouse, I think, is how she spells it. Ooh, Frank went to number 2. I think Tom dropped off. Is that what happened? She has a book out. It's basically about all her banging people. Did you see the Metal Sludge? The website's still there, but they took down all of the forums or something. No, the sun is trying to come out. She did not. Well, I'm at 100. I'm at an hour and 20 minutes. I'm at 120 minutes. Headbangers Ball in 120 minutes. Actually, this would be 80 minutes, so not 120. All right, thanks for everybody hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. I got shit to do. I got therapy in about half an hour or so. Talk about all you people ruining my lives. I will be back tomorrow on Positive Friday on Twitch. Jonathan from Korn has a weak oral game, so she tapped him out and went and banged Monkey. Good, you know what? Good for her. Maybe. All right, I'll see everybody tomorrow on the Twitch, as the kids and I call it. Thanks for hanging out, George. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with us. We got to do this all again. Had a lot of fun. I'm going to use a chainsaw for the first time. All right. Well, everybody say goodbye to George Martin.